Mental health has become a huge problem in recent years. That's why scientists started research in psychedelic drug development. The big question is, how will psychotherapists use this novel innovation for the betterment of their patients? In this clip, Jonathan Sporn, CEO of Gilgamesh Pharmaceuticals, gives an answer on this question.
Right, like MDMA and psilocybin and LSD and all these things are being generally developed for use in a supervised setting. Mm-hmm. What we wanted to do was say, like, well, if you had a microdose, but you knew that people couldn't get a whole psychedelic trip out of it, it might be an ideal drug for mood and anxiety symptoms. And you see, this is all very anecdotal and not demonstrated in controlled fashion, but there are so many thousands of people that are microdosing these drugs to treat mood and anxiety symptoms. And also they seem to enhance creativity and mental flexibility for people. So what we wanted to do then was to develop a drug that these drugs hit what's called the 5-HT2A serotonin receptor that hits this receptor, but does so in a way where it sort of has a ceiling effect. So even if you take a lot of it, it's not going to be very psychedelic. Be minimally psychedelic, even if someone takes more of it than they're prescribed. So we wanted to create it wasn't clear how you would do that exactly, but this was, again, an example where there were case reports of people making new psychedelic drugs where they weren't all that psychedelic. And you can test this to some degree in rodents by their heads twitch when they're tripping. They have this sort of characteristic, very fast twitching of their head and ears. And we saw these reports, and we were able to bring those molecules now into the lab and start to look at them and see what do the rodent head twitch experiments confirm what these people are saying from their anecdotal human use, that this drug doesn't have a strong psychedelic effect. And then the second question becomes, well, maybe that just means it doesn't do a damn thing. So we wanted to also show that even though doesn't have powerful psychedelic effects, it's still antidepressant. Mm-hmm. So we were able to then take that into like stress models and such in rodents and show that it retained the antidepressant effect